I feel nauseous, believe me. Never had a lot of shit come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me. Had to rise up just so they could see me. Did what I had to do just to feed me. And what was left over I put towards my dreaming. But the only thing in life that has meaning are the things you gotta work for, believe me. Take into your hands a plan. Your own hands can land your own brand. And damn, I feel like no one takes accountability. They want the credibility, convincingly unwilling to put in the hours it takes to get some power. Don't be f***ing sour. Take a cold shower. Scream until you're louder. Work until you're prouder. And f*** all the doubters, they're just your downers. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I'm just telling you to fight for your dreams, but it's not what it seems. Man, it's hard to be seen when everybody wants to be king. Yeah, they all wanna ring, yeah, we all wanna be free. So show me what you got, what you bring, how you fight in the ring, how you take a fucking swing. Do you got heart, are you mean? Got some scars, got some needs, are you willing to go bleed? I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown.
First and foremost, happy Mother's Day to those amazing women who helped shape us all. You guys are fantastic. So a big, huge salute to you guys, as a lot of us couldn't do it without you. Yeah. I hope you ladies are having a great day. I hope your kids, whoever they may be, are really recognizing you for the amazing efforts that you've done to shape us, to keep us in bounds, yet give us creative freedom. So good for you guys. Okay. Well, the Edmonton Oilers squeaked off a win the other night in Vancouver, which gives them technically home ice advantage temporarily. We'll see what happens tonight, but it's a good thing. I want to see a little bit more out of the Edmonton Oilers tonight. I want to see a combination of both those games. I want to see that push throughout, but I want to see them get the lead early as well, like they did in game one, but just keep pushing, keep pushing, and keep pushing. I want to see more lines roll out because honestly, I looked at all the skate times, and man, McDavid was near 30 minutes. Draisaitl near 30 minutes. And then you got like Dylan Holloway, which is like, was at 6 minutes, which we're going to get into the discussion of Dylan Holloway on the deep dive, as we're going to compare Dylan versus Dakota, basically the same position and same line, and see why there was such a difference in the minutes, because I was actually quite shocked to see Dylan Holloway's minutes pretty low in that last game. All right. So, yeah, let's get into the game that was Friday night. Oilers Canucks. Kind of a must win if you would really think about it, because they didn't want to go back with their backs against the wall tonight in Edmonton. I mean, realistically, it wasn't quite a must win, but it's kind of a must win. They split the series. If they can take these two in Edmonton, they could have a huge advantage going forward. So we'll dive into that right now. As the Edmonton Oilers were constantly chasing this game all night long, they had to come back from 3 deficits. And then eventually they took the lead for the very first time in the game when it counted the most in overtime. And I don't like the fact that they're chasing me, because it's not a good tactic if you want to go long in the playoffs, right? So we'll break this one down. It started off with the Vancouver Canucks scoring 4:14 in the first period. Elias Pettersson on the power play from JT Miller and Quinn Hughes. The Oilers would tie this game at 10:56 of the first, when Leon Draisaitl would get his power play goal. This would be assisted from Connor McDavid and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. However, once again, the Canucks would take the lead in the second period, when Brock Besser would get an assist from Carson Soucy and Nikita Zadorov. And now it's 2-1. The Edmonton Oilers, once again, chasing the game, which we don't want to see. They would rally and tie it again when Matthias Ekholm would get his second of the playoffs from Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. By the way, Connor and Leon were in on all the goals in this game. So a huge effort on their part, but they also logged a lot of time as they were averaging both of them close to 30 minutes. Vancouver Canucks would once again reestablish the lead in the second period, late in the second period at 18:17, Nikita Zadorov from JT Miller. That Nikita Zadorov is one hell of a pickup. They basically gave up nothing to get him from Calgary, and he's worked out so well for Vancouver. So, hey, you got to give props where props are due. And it is now a 3-2 game for the Canucks in the second period. However, for the third time, the Oilers would rally when Connor McDavid would get his second from Zach Hyman and Leon Draisaitl. And then the first time that the Oilers would take the lead in this game is the most crucial time, as they would win this one in overtime. Evan Bouchard, it went off a few players, and boom, Leon Draisaitl and Connor McDavid get also the assist on it. But it was kind of a fluky goal, but it's one of those things, just get pucks to the neck and you get good results. The Oilers win this one in overtime. So a huge win for the Edmonton Oilers in this game. I'm hoping they can do something tonight and get the lead in the series. A 2-1 lead would be absolutely optimal for us Oiler fans. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. So you guys may be wondering, why am I doing a deep dive on Dylan Holloway and Dakota Joshua? Those guys are kind of like third liners. The reason why I wanted to do this deep dive on these two players is I was actually very, very shocked to learn that Dylan Holloway only had 6 minutes and 57 seconds of ice time in game 2. And message me, guys, like, am I missing something about Dylan Holloway that he doesn't deserve that? Because so far he's been what I think a pretty good role player for that line. And then you look at Dakota Joshua, which is literally like 10 minutes more of ice time. So am I missing something? Is Dylan Holloway actually a defensive liability? Like, what is going on here? Because, the last game I gave him the 3rd star for leading in hits and all that kind of stuff. It's kind of a bizarre thing that he is so low down the totem pole. So we're going to break down where these guys are as far as in comparisons. And this is courtesy of NHL Edge. So for speed burst, Dylan Holloway. Now this is speed burst over 32 kilometers an hour. Dylan Holloway has the edge on that. Offensive zone. Maybe this is the problem. He's more in the offensive zone than Dakota Joshua. So maybe that's where the problem is, because he is a third line player. He should probably be back in his end a little bit more. He's also top skating speed he rolls at. Dakota Joshua has a slight advantage in goals and his skating distance. Now, the skating distance I'm starting to see as a common theme. Even when I started doing this in the LA series, it seems like every player I compare to, the opposing team has a better skating distance. Now, is that maybe the way they coach and they practice, that they're not going through skating drills as much or not bag skating them? I don't know. But a lot of the opponents seem to have more of a skating distance thing. Now, I don't know what that actually means yet. I'm still trying to figure it out. When it comes to they're also even on shooting percentage, shots on goal, and top shot speed. Now, this top shot speed is a questionable one because I looked at some of the different graphs here, and they got Dylan Holloway with a better shot speed. That being said, when it comes down to his average, Dakota Joshua is a little bit better, but Dylan Holloway has had top shots like 71 miles per hour is his top. His Dakota has an average of 48.24 kilometers, and when it comes to Holloway, he's at 40.73 kilometers. That's the average. So I kind of figured that out. I was like, why is one graph saying one thing and the other? But then I realized it's based on average and it's based on results. When it comes to defensive zone and neutral zone and offensive zone, Dylan Holloway tends to spend a little bit more time in the offensive zone. And that's maybe where Knobloch is like, I need you to be more of a role player, stay back. I don't know, because what I saw out of Holloway has been, I think he's been good. So message me in, guys, if there's something that I'm missing that I can pay attention tonight in tonight's game and just really kind of home in on what he's doing, because I was shocked to see the fact that he had such low minutes. I think the kid is progressing to be definitely a regular in the lineup. So I give him salutes. All right, guys. Let's get into the new poll question. As I got a brand new one, and I am thrilled to announce that most of you, like a lot of you guys, participated in the last poll. So we're going to give you also those results too. But my new question is, now, hypothetically, I don't want to do a jinx here, but hypothetically, if the Edmonton Oilers advance to the conference final, who would you rather see them play, Dallas or Colorado? So scan that QR code. It will take you to my YouTube community page, or you can manually type it in if you don't trust the scanning links, which I totally get, because there's a lot of shady stuff on the internet. Take you to this link, take you to that link. I totally get that. So mine's legit, but I totally understand if you don't trust it. So you can also type in my YouTube page and go there manually. And for the previous results, I asked you guys, can the Edmonton Oilers win the cup if either Connor McDavid or Leon Draisaitl are injured throughout the remainder of the postseason? 88% of you guys agree that they can. So that's a kudos to you guys, man. I really, really appreciate you guys that chimed in on that. I hope I'm hitting the right button here. Yes, I am. Okay. I got to fix my button situation here because it's got a little bit out. But yeah, kudos to you guys who responded to that. I do appreciate doing these polls, and I do appreciate your results, because these are legit questions. Like, I would like to know what the Edmonton Oilers faithful believe in, right? So yeah, so I'm totally thrilled that I got such a huge result on that. Okay, let's go into the game 3 preview, and we're also going to dive into the league leaders of the playoffs thus far. Now, when it comes to the league leaders of the playoffs, I changed it up when it comes to the goaltenders, because literally those goaltenders like Joseph Wall, that average is going to stay throughout the rest of the playoffs. And it's like, well, they're out. Like, a lot of these guys are playing a lot more games, so it's going to average out lower and lower and lower. And you're going to have Joseph Wall as number 1 when it comes to the Stanley Cup final. And so I thought I would filter those guys out when it comes to the goaltenders and just put the present players that are in. I was thinking about doing that last time, because I was thinking Joseph Wall, and we had Aiden Hill and the other Vegas goaltender there. And I'm like, what is the point of that? So let's dive into, first and foremost, tonight's lines, as Leon Draisaitl, Connor McDavid, and Zach Hyman will be the number 1 forward line. Janmark moves up to the second line with Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and Evander Kane. Warren Foegele will go down to the third line with McLeod and Perry. Holloway, Ryan, and Brown are going to be the fourth line. So there was just a slight little change. Warren Foegele bumps down a little bit. Not too much of a difference. As far as Vancouver, there's quite a significant difference, as Hoagland is out and DiGiuseppe is out as well. So your lines here for the Vancouver Canucks are Suter, Miller, Boser, Carlson, Pettersson, McAuliffe, Joshua, Lindholm, Garland, Amen, which is one of the new guys coming in, and also that Carlson. I don't know what number that Carlson is going to be wearing either. They didn't have a number for him. Bluger and Lafferty. So obviously The last game when Rick Tocchet was doing his post game, he was not happy with a certain few players' work ethic. He obviously made changes and have them as healthy scratches, which is never good for a hockey player, especially when you're trying to get another contract or whatever. When it comes to the defensive pairings, not much has changed for either team. Ekholm with Bouchard, Nurse with Cece, Kulak with Darnay. I'm also going to add Adam Henrique was questionable in the last game. Tonight, he is expected to sit out as he is nursing some kind of injury. I don't know exactly what it is. So Connor Brown will step in for him. And then we go into the Canucks, which is pretty much the same thing. Quinn Hughes, Hronek, Susie with Myers, and Zadorov with Ian Cole. The tenders are going to remain exactly the same. And there you go. I got Adam Henrique day to day. I don't know what he's dealing with or ailing with. Skinner, the number one. Picard backing up Skinner. And when it comes to the Canucks tenders, Silvos is number one. DeSmith backing up him. So there you have it, guys. Now, when it comes to the league leaders, Zach Hyman for goals is leading the league with Nikushkin at 9 goals. Draisaitl with 6. He's also tied with Verhaeghe at 6. Trocheck with 5. Those are the top 5. I'm not going to go down the whole list. When it comes to points, McDavid, 17. Draisaitl right on his tail with 16. Tkachuk with 13. New York Rangers, Zibanejad has 12. And then Trocheck with 12 points as well. Just an update on the Boston Bruins game. If you guys are following, it is now 2-0 for the Boston Bruins. And it was Brandon Carlo. So David Pastrnak scored at 8:53. Brandon Carlo at 15:12. If you guys happen to be following that series, as I keep you away from this episode here. Okay. And then the save percentage, like I said, I took away the goaltenders that are no longer participating in the Stanley Cup playoffs. So I got Swayman at 942, Shesterkin at 935, Ottinger at 919, DeSmith at 911, and Silvos, I can't even see it, but obviously below 919. I didn't put his number above the pad there of Jeremy Swayman. My fault. Sorry, guys. Dropped it a little bit there. Okay. Let's go into your final thoughts as we see if there's any comments. And there's no comments tonight. Right now, as of this morning, Dallas is leading the series 2-1. The Oilers tied 1-1. Hopefully tonight, the Oilers will take a 2-1 lead in that series. And then the Panthers and Bruins, that's 2-1. But right now, at the pace it's going, it looks like that's going to be evened out. And then the Carolina Hurricanes stave off elimination last night and finally beat the New York Rangers for their first loss in the postseason. They went 6 straight games, or 7 straight games without a loss and finally lost. It's not looking good for Carolina. I think it's just a matter of time. They're just going through the motions, but we'll see what happens. But we should have a good game tonight between the Oilers and Canucks. I'm hoping for some amazing, amazing results. It would be a shame if the Oilers can't win in front of the Oiler faithful. I don't know, man. I don't know. Other than that, guys, I think I'm going to wrap this up here pretty quick here, as I'm just going to let that ticker run its thing. If you guys are witnessing this channel for the very first time and like the content that I deliver, feel free to hit like, share, and subscribe. It would be muchly appreciated. Those of you who have stuck by me through thick and thin, again, a huge thumbs up to you. And guys, enjoy the game. I have a good feeling. I think the Oilers will take a 2-1 lead in the series. Have a good one. Enjoy the game. Go Oilers, go.